Whitlock hated long drives, but Christmas didn't give him a choice. Flights were too expensive, and his mother insisted he come home one last time before the snow gets bad. So at 7:30 p.m. on December 24th, Aaron loaded his trunk, filled his tank, and began the 6-hour drive through the northern interstate. Miles of forest, frozen lakes, and towns that barely existed on maps. His GPS warned him early. Signal may be lost for extended periods. He ignored it. By 10:12 p.m., snow began to fall hard. The radio faded into static. Highway lights grew farther apart. Traffic thinned until Aaron realized he hadn't passed another car in nearly 40 minutes. That was when he noticed the same red pickup truck behind him, always at the same distance. The first stop. At 11:03 p.m., Aaron pulled into a rest stop called Hollow Creek. It looked abandoned. No lights inside, no other cars, just a vending machine humming weakly against the wind. The red pickup parked 2 spaces away. Its engine stayed running. A man sat inside, hands on the wheel, not looking at Aaron. Aaron went inside the restroom. The lights flickered. The mirror was cracked straight down the center. Written in black marker above the sink, "Don't stop twice." Aaron laughed nervously and left. The pickup followed him when he pulled back onto the highway. Around midnight, Aaron's phone buzzed. A voicemail. From his own number. He pulled over and played it. It was road noise, wind, tires on snow. Then his own voice, whispering, "I shouldn't have stopped." The message timestamp read 12:41 a.m. Aaron checked the clock on his dashboard. 11:58 p.m. His stomach tightened. The road ahead looked wrong now, longer than before, straighter. The same mile marker passed twice. Mile 117. Then again, and again. The red pickup's headlights blinked once, like a signal. At 12:17 a.m., Aaron's phone rang. "Mom." Relief flooded him. "Aaron," she said, "why did you turn around?" "I didn't," he said. "I'm still driving toward you." Silence. Then she whispered, "Honey, that road doesn't go both ways." The call dropped. The radio came alive. Not music. A man's calm voice, low and intimate. "Drivers are advised to continue moving. Do not exit your vehicle. Do not acknowledge other motorists." Aaron slammed the brakes. The red pickup stopped behind him. The man finally stepped out. He wore a reflective vest, no jacket, no breath visible in the freezing air. He walked slowly toward Aaron's window. Knocked once. "Road's closed ahead," the man said. "I'll guide you." Aaron shook his head. The man smiled, but his eyes didn't blink. "You already followed me once," he said softly. The second stop. Aaron floored it. The road narrowed. Trees pressed in close. Snow swallowed the asphalt. The GPS rerouted on its own. "You have arrived." Aaron skidded into a small pull-off surrounded by trees. The red pickup blocked the road behind him. The man stood outside again. "Just need you to step out," he said, "for the report." Aaron locked the doors. The man sighed, disappointed. "That's okay," he said. "We'll wait." The engine of the pickup turned off. So did Aaron's car. The dashboard went black. In the silence, Aaron heard something else. Footsteps. More than one. Moving through the snow. Circling. Snowplows cleared the highway Christmas morning. At 8:42 a.m., a state trooper found Aaron's car parked neatly at a pull-off near mile 117. Doors unlocked. Keys still in the ignition. No footprints leading away. Inside the car were Aaron's phone, wallet, and coat, folded carefully in the passenger seat. The trunk was empty. There were no signs of a struggle. No red pickup reported. No Hollow Creek rest stop on any map. Aaron Whitlock never arrived home. But every Christmas since, drivers on that stretch of road report the same thing. A red pickup following at a steady distance, and a radio warning that plays only once right before the signal dies. Noah Bellamy moved back to his childhood town because Christmas was killing him. not metaphorically. His mother had died the previous December, heart failure alone, in the same narrow house at the edge of Ridgewell Crossing. The coroner said it was peaceful. Noah didn't believe that. She had called him 3 times that night. He never answered. So, this year, Noah came back. He told himself it was to sell the house, to close a chapter, to stop running. But deep down, he was afraid of something else. The silence. Ridgewell Crossing didn't celebrate Christmas loudly. No music in stores, no midnight services, no door-to-door greetings. Just one rule, mentioned quietly and never written down. If you hear singing after midnight, do not sing back. Christmas Eve. Snow fell thick and heavy, muting the world. Noah sat alone in his childhood living room, staring at the same old fireplace where stockings still hung, one extra, faded with age. At 11:55 p.m., the power went out. 5 minutes later, he heard it, singing. Soft, off-key, familiar. A Christmas carol. Noah stood slowly. The voice wasn't outside. It was inside the walls. The sound moved through the house, sliding from room to room like breath through lungs. "Mom," Noah whispered, his throat tightening. The singing stopped. Then came a knock at the front door. One knock, then another. Then a voice Noah hadn't heard in a year. "Noah," it said gently, "you never sing anymore." His chest burned. Tears blurred his vision. Through the peephole, he saw her, his mother, standing in the snow, exactly as she looked the last Christmas, coat too thin, lips pale, eyes glassy with cold. She smiled. "Aren't you going to let me in?" she asked. Noah remembered now. The rule his father once whispered when he was a child. They come back sounding like the ones you miss. They only stay if you answer them. The singing began again, this time closer. From behind him, he turned slowly. His mother stood in the hallway too. Same smile, same eyes. Now both of them spoke at once. "We've been so lonely," they said, "just like you." The house felt smaller, warmer, like breath filling a closed space. Noah covered his ears. The singing grew louder. His phone vibrated on the table, a voicemail notification. Timestamp, December 25th, 12:01 a.m. His mother's voice played. "Noah, I can hear you now. Why won't you sing back?" The walls began to hum. Not sound, vibration. The air thickened, pressing against his lungs. The figures stepped closer. Their mouths opened wider than they should. Their singing turned wrong. Too many voices overlapping, harmonizing where no harmony should exist. Noah fell to his knees. He understood then. This wasn't about death. It was about invitation. The lonely made room. The living made space. The song needed a voice. So Noah sang, quietly at first, then louder. The house relaxed. The pressure eased. The figure smiled. When dawn came, the snow outside Ridgewell Crossing was untouched. Inside the house, the walls were warm. The fireplace burned without wood. And from that Christmas on, anyone who passed by swore they could hear a carol drifting through the night. Not sad. Not angry. Just full. Too full. Years later, when someone new moved into the house, neighbors would offer only one warning. If you hear singing on Christmas Eve, they'd say, don't answer it, because the house already has a voice, and it sings beautifully. Lucas Merritt hated Christmas, but this year, he hated it for a different reason. 3 weeks before Christmas Eve, his wife packed a single suitcase, kissed their sleeping daughter on the forehead, and left without an argument. No screaming, no warning, just a note on the counter. I don't feel safe here anymore. Lucas told himself it was stress, the move, the snow, the isolation. They had relocated to Pine Hollow, a rural mountain town where winter swallowed sound and cell service vanished after sunset. Lucas worked night security at a lumber mill. Quiet job, good pay, long nights. Everyone in town seemed polite, but guarded. Conversations stopped when he walked into diners. Doors closed early. Decorations were minimal. No carolers, no parties. Only one thing stood out. Every house had motion lights facing the road. On December 23rd, Lucas asked the old cashier at the grocery store why. She stared at him for a long time before answering. "So you can see what's left outside," she said. Christmas Eve, Lucas was alone in the house for the first time. Snow fell heavy and wet, erasing tire tracks within minutes. Power flickered but stayed on. The radio crackled with static, repeating the same warning over and over. Residents are advised to remain indoors after 10 p.m. At 9:58 p.m., Lucas heard something outside. Not footsteps, dragging. He checked the front window. Nothing. At 10:12 p.m., the motion light snapped on. Something sat on his porch. A wrapped present. Brown paper, red string, no tag. Lucas didn't open the door. He watched it through the window for a long time. At 10:47 p.m., his phone buzzed for the first time all night. Unknown number. "Did you like your gift?" Lucas's chest tightened. He didn't reply. Another message arrived. "It's rude to leave it outside." The porch light flickered once, then went out. The neighbor. At 11 p.m., Lucas heard a knock from next door. He recognized the voice. Mr. Alden, elderly, lived alone. "Lucas," the man whispered through the wall. "Don't open your door. Whatever you hear, don't open it." Lucas opened his back door instead and stepped into the snow. Mr. Alden stood shaking, wearing slippers and a coat thrown over pajamas. "You got one too, didn't you?" Alden asked. Lucas nodded. "They've started early this year," Alden said. "Usually they wait till midnight." "They?" Lucas asked. Alden swallowed. "They leave gifts for the ones who are alone." "What happens if you open it?" Alden's eyes filled with tears. "You won't be alone anymore." A scream cut through the night. Not close, somewhere deeper in town. Then another, and another. The motion lights across Pine Hollow flickered on, house after house. Lucas turned back toward his porch. The present was gone. Inside the house, the front door creaked. Slowly. Lucas didn't remember unlocking it. Footsteps moved through his living room. Careful, deliberate. A voice followed. Soft, friendly, almost kind. "Lucas Merritt," it said. "You didn't answer." Lucas hid in the bathroom, locking the door as quietly as he could. The footsteps stopped outside. A gentle knock tapped the door. "I brought you something special," the voice whispered. Something she forgot to take. Something slid across the floor. Lucas looked down. A small pink mitten. His daughter's. The door handle began to turn. Not forced, patient. "You don't even have to open it," the voice said. "I already know what you look like inside." The lights went out. The last thing Lucas heard was wrapping paper tearing. Morning. The snowstorm cleared by dawn. Police found Lucas's house empty. No signs of struggle, no blood. The front porch was clean, except for one thing. A neatly wrapped present addressed to the next one who's alone. Inside was a security badge from the lumber mill, and a note written in careful handwriting. "Christmas is about togetherness. We make sure of it." That night, Pine Hollow's motion lights stayed on. Every house, except one.